Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the VG Purist. I'll be coming at you with some Season 5 action from the Cabal Vision Champions Cup playoffs. And we are going to be checking out the first round. And if you guys haven't seen my preliminary predictions, definitely go check out that video where I had gone over each one of these teams and had given my prediction. And so today, we will be spotting the Praiser of the Sun, the Bretonnian team taking on the Dwarf team of Everpeak Guardians. And in my predictions, I did say that I liked the Bretonnian team, but then afterwards I felt deep and dark regret afterwards. That's right though. Hey guys, if you haven't heard already though, 500 euros for the first prize finisher, or first place finisher, and then the second place will get 250 euros, and then the third and fourth finishers will get 100 euros on top of a whole bunch of other scenes to go with it. But definitely a big game changer, but we'll see all of that in action in just a moment. So we are going to be checking out the replay, and we're going to jump into it right now. So let's go ahead and start this up. No spoilers here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's watch the replay. Here we go, and we are underway. That's right. First round, Champions Cup, Season 5. Who's going to be the first winner out of the gates? Oh yes, looks like we're going to be in the Bretonnian team's stadium here today. Praiser of Sun looking mean. The Bretonnian team, coached by Cyberknight, a relative newcomer to the cup scene. We haven't seen him play too much, but Sid the coach taking this Dwarven team to the promised land. Everpeak Guardians. Sid the coach, he is a pretty solid coach, I'll tell you what, and he's been in quite a bit of playoffs in his time, been in the World Cup playoffs, and a couple of other things as well. But we're going to see if he's going to be able to take his Dwarven team all the way to the championship here after today. But first, let's go ahead and pause it up real quick, and we will go over each one of these personnel before we get started too much further. Looks like the Dwarf team is going to be getting the coin toss. Actually, no, Praiser of Sun, the Bretonnian team, is opting to play defense, and it's going to be giving it to the Dwarven team. And it's going to be a bit of a tough play here because, oh man, Dwarven team, if you haven't seen them, you better check them out. Bunches of guys there with the +1 in strength and also the mighty blow. And this one's got that frenzy, and all of these guys have guard. But yes, we are still going to see loads of mighty blow for his guys right there. This one here, the blitzer with the polygon mighty blow even, and this blitzer also with more mighty blow. And hell, even the runner with the +1 in strength, with the block, with the kick ability, as well as having another runner with the kickoff return, leader, and also the accurate ability. Now, if you guys haven't known already, there is a leader bug where every time the half starts, regardless or not if they're on the field, they will get that reroll. So something that Cyanide needs to fix, and definitely they are going to be on the top of the list and hopefully be able to fix that soon. But definitely one day we could see this come into play and really be the tie turner. Bretonnian team though, it's all about their knights though. Sidestep with that guard and also the dodge, and hell, ever since they got access to the agility skills, I mean, it's just normal for them to get the blodge abilities and then get that sidestep, and then whenever possible just go and get other things like guard for that one, sure hands for this one, diving tackle for that one, and then frenzy. So a bit of a mishmash. And there he's gonna have the blocker there with the wrestle and the pro mighty blow piling on, and the tackle ability. We'll have the kick lineman right there, and all the guys with guard. This one will stand firm, this one here, and this one there also with the guard ability. So pretty good stuff here, and also dodge. And the Bretonnian team, the greatest definition of anti-bash Dwarven team, could have their hands full if they're not going to be able to get down some of this Bretonnian team. Couple of linemen to come in for the Bretonnian team. Dwarves, as per the usual, they're going to start with their original 11. Sometimes they have a bench of one person, but not all the time you're going to see this Dwarven team go out. Thick Skull Armor value 9. They are definitely ready. Look, another, and then look, another Troll Slayer there with +1 in strength, mighty blow, break tackle. So, Bretonnian team opting to play defense. I can't blame him. Gonna have his full complement at least. Kickoff return. Move his 3 guys, or move his 3 steps over, and then high kick. Will be able to get his guy straight underneath it after that kick return here. Abilities. Now the Dwarven team with 4 rerolls will muff the catch, but that's okay. That is what Sure Hands is for. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are underway. We're going to have the first hits here. And the Dwarf team will get the hits off and hopefully be able to cause some injuries there on the armor value 8. But we'll see if this is going to work out well for them. Looks like Defender down die after a little bit of a push there. And he will get the armor value break. And it is going to be a KO. Big ones there. Dwarven team. Ooh, and it's going to be turned into a stun. We actually have not seen the inducements here. And the Bretonnian team looks like he had opted to get a Wandering Apothecary for this match. And so there we go. He might actually got the Wandering Apothecary on top of having a couple of Bloodwiser babes. So anticipating a bloody match is going to have extra guys here, or extra ways of getting his guys back onto the pitch. Could be a interesting play here. And gonna bail his blocker out straight away from getting KO'd, I believe. So pretty good stuff. Wow. Did he actually use yes, he did use the Apothecary on that KO. So there we go. Wandering Apothecary gonna be used. Runner's gonna pick up the rock, and now the Bretonnian team, he's gonna be able to get his turn here to smash some Dwarven faces. They also have some weapons themselves. Knights can be very threatening, can get in places that the Dwarven team might not expect, and could be stifled fairly easily. This is not going to be an easy match for the Dwarven team. Bretonnian team is not that weak anymore. But the Dwarven team, though, they look pretty good. And again, said the coach, I mean, I immediately regretted my choice there after saying that the Bretonnian team was going to win this match. Because Sid the coach, so solid, and it really suits the Dwarven team's style of plays. Having a nice solid coach behind the wheel and taking them down to this touchdown and then scoring it at a 2-1 grind game if need be. There you go, nice little stun there, and gonna just sit back after the blitz. Doesn't want to stay too close to them. And this is definitely something that you new players need to look at here, is stay away from a very dangerous Dwarven team, away from this melee range. You don't want to get bashed up too much, and the less they bash you, then the less chance they'll be able to armor value break you, and injuries will lead to the W for the Dwarven team. Bretonnian, though, they're going to get a couple of hits here. Oh boy, and Dwarven team, another armor value break. Just going to be a stun, and that is tremendous. Bretonnian team needs to avoid too much punishment if he hopes to have any shot at winning this game. But I mean, this is going to be difficult. Guard for just about everywhere. There's probably going to be 2 red die blocks everywhere you look. And even +1 in strength for that guy. Again, +1 in strength for this guy. I mean, they're just all over the place, just nicely hooked up. Bretonnian team, though, he's looking good so far after that blitz. And he won't get any more injuries. Blitzer, he's going to get down for the count. And this is a nice thing about playing Dwarven team. Everybody starts off with that block and tackle, and so you don't have to worry about those squirrely blodge guys. And this is going to be one of them, although he did hit with that Trost there with the tackle not inherent, but he does have tackle on him after a few skill ups. Bretonnian team is going to pick up his guy and get the block on, and going to get the hit. He tried to get the blitz off, and unfortunately not going to be fruitful. And that, again, nice thing about playing Dwarf team, so much block, so much tackle. I mean, how can you refute that? This is pretty much the perfect beginner team. High armor value, lots of nice starter skills to begin the games with, and you should be able to get a few wins underneath your belt. Grind it out, as it were. And speaking of grinding it out, look at that huge hit. Nice stun there, and also gonna get the follow-up right here. How you doing, Scum and Villainy? Yes. Oh, Only good dwarf is a dead dwarf, you say? Ooh, one die block. He's even gonna re-roll that, and it's gonna pay the price with the armor value break. And this knight might be in a little bit danger there on the front line, but I think he has sidestep. No, he doesn't have sidestep, and so he may get surfed here for his troubles. And there you go. Dwarf team doesn't waste a beat here. He's going to move the ball carrier, get the assist on, and the Troll Slayer's in perfect position to take advantage and get the hits going and push him out of bounds. Here we go, first push, and that's successful. And now, just going to be a huge probability to take him out, and he does. First Knight out of the pitch. Sid the coach, not going to be missing a beat right there. Surfs up, says Scum and Villainy. Yes, indeed, you're right about that. And I hope he grabbed the surfboard, but luckily he kind of did because he didn't get injured or anything on the side of the pitch. But that's okay. That's going to be one less guy on the pitch the Dwarf team needs to contend with. We'll have a bit of a numbers advantage, and we'll hopefully be able to capitalize pretty soon with the numbers advantage looking pretty good for the Dwarven team. Oh man, I totally regret my choice now. Dwarven team just looks so good, so powerful. Look at that. That's 350 pounds coming straight at you, piling on, but just gonna get the stun straight afterwards. But definitely, the more the Bretonnian team gets stunned, then the more we're gonna see them get out of the way, and the Dwarven team will be able to move up with their cage and then be able to score. It looks like a 2 red die block after the frenzy, and so a little bit of a miscalculation, or probably just wanted to get some hits on after a couple of nice surfs. And with the reroll being used there, that's not a big deal. He's got 3 left, and it does put the Troll Slayer slightly out of position. Wolfguard, though, armor value 8. Troll Slayer is going to go out. Big injury there as well. That's going to be the mighty blow. Break tackle on the +1 in strength. Oh, big hit there. And the first injury is going to go for the Bretonnian team. Look at that. Sid the coach is going to hold on to his apothecary. The first injury, not a big concern. But again, Troll Slayer did go and frenzy through. Got the 2 red die block and did reroll it to just a push. But still, that did put him out of position. And therefore, a whole bunch of assists was being on him. And then the Bretonnian team just simply gets the hit on and then gets him out. Just these small little things, ladies and gentlemen, is all you need to almost mess you up. Now the numbers are going to be even on the pitch, and the Dwarven team, they're not in too much in a hurry at this moment, but at this point it will be a little bit more difficult to capitalize as long as the Bretonnian team is able to keep the numbers about even. And so far, so good. Armor value 7 holding on strong, and getting the pushes here on the armor value 7. Dwarven team really wants to get the smash on with that mighty blow, but unfortunately, not going to be so. I almost feel like this Dwarven team probably didn't really want to face the Bretonnian team first, because just so many ways for the Bretonnian team to avoid a lot of damage. Fend for his linemen, wrestle for his blockers there, and then Knights with Blodge. It's just so many ways that they just avoid disaster every turn of the roll. There we go, Bretonnian team. He's gonna be no worse for wear on this turn 4, and he's gonna pick up his guys. All of his guys got smashed down, and now is gonna be base to base with the Dwarven team. But now he'll be able to smash back. Oh, but smashing turns into just pushes. That's not exactly smashing. Gonna pick up all of his guys and get his guys in a little bit better position. That's the one thing here about this Dwarven team. You can slow them down to a crawl and then hopefully be able to capitalize in the long run and then force the Dwarven team to do something crazy. Pro reroll, and that's going to end up disastrous. Double skulls on that, and it's going to produce a big KO here on a dangerous blocker, and unfortunately going to cause that turnover with more Bretonnian team in base to base with this Dwarven team, and this is perfectly right up the Dwarf's alley. They're going to get some hits. Big injuries here, and not going to APO that lineman because he's just level 1, but definitely less guys on the pitch should lead to the big victory for this Dwarven team. And the more Dwarven team is able to get the smashes on, then that will be all for the better. Here we go, more hits here +1 in strength. He can do it by himself. Gonna square him up as well, paving the way for the ball carrier. He's looking good. He should be able to hold it for at least a couple of extra turns. Go for it, roll even, and oh boy, go for it again, and a little bit of a disaster. But with a reroll in hand, not a big deal. Unless he gets nuffled. No, he doesn't get nuffled. He's going to be just fine. +1 in, not +1, but a big 1-die block, and it's going to be a both down die. And Bressel will be the call for that man, and he's going to avoid getting hit. And now it is Bretonnian team. Let's see what he can muster up. Will he do some crazy things to try to get to the ball? He's going to have to if he wants to try to maybe stifle this Dwarven team. But I think at this point, going to be content in allowing this Dwarven team to get the first half score and then go into the second half with a chance to tie it up and then maybe have a good chance at the overtime period. 1-die block goes awry yet again. Boy, 1-die blocks haven't been working out. Cyberknight is just getting unlucky there, but I just don't like all of these 1-die blocks. I almost feel like he probably should just maybe dodge away from this murderous position that he's in. Dwarven team yet again base to base with a lot of the Bretonnian team and is able to get 2-die blocks just about everywhere. Defender down die even coming up loads of ways, and can this be Dwarven team? It's gonna waltz into the next round quite easily if he can get some hits in, if he can get some injuries going. But so far so good. Bretonnian team standing up strong, and armor value 8 is really holding up, and even armor value 7 looking pretty good. Just one lineman down, and the apothecary already used, but that was just a wandering apothecary on the KO even. I'm a little bit shocked at that, but I guess knowing that he doesn't want to go down in numbers against the Dwarven team, really wanted to stifle him up, but unfortunately doesn't look like he's stifling anybody but himself. Nice big block here, and that's going to be the nice thing here. Dwarven team yet again inherent with that block. Ouch. But no big injuries on the armor value 7, and Bretonnian team, he just needs to pressure this ball carrier actually and maybe force the score at round 7, and then maybe the Bretonnian team will have a chance at a 2-turner coming up. Maybe. We'll see. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Thanks for joining my channel. If you guys haven't already, hit that follow button. It definitely does me a lot of justice. All the Cabal Vision Champions Cup ladder games, not Champions Cup ladder games, but Champions Cup playoffs games coming right at you from this channel right here. You can check me out on YouTube as well. A lot of the better replays are going to go up there, and you can check those out if you have missed my live cast. I know that I'm a little bit late for you Euro guys, but a little bit too bad for you because I have to work. Here goes the Dwarven team, and he is not being pressured too much. Should be able to get 2-die block here, and then should be able to get maybe a blitz here at worst against that guy. Yeah, should be able to get 2-die block there, and then a 2-die blitz here with the +1 in strength runner standing right there. So should be able to get that guy, get the blitz off there, and should be able to square away over the top. There we go. Ooh, he's gonna blitz with the Troll Slayer actually, and stand firm, and there we go. Defender down die. Good stuff here. Doesn't want to miss out here, and is going to frenzy blitz. Going to square away the Knight for a little bit of time. He's going to try to hold the ball one more bit. If he can do so, then he should be able to hold the ball and make it a little bit more difficult. But unfortunately, I think he's read it. Knight is in position to get that blitz off afterwards, and not liking the position, so the coach is going to opt to score it right there. It does afford a small opportunity here for the Bretonnian team to get his own touchdown on the Dwarven team's possession half. Dead injury there, one for both sides, and it looks like the KOs are going to come back as well. And the Dwarven team, though, it does not have anyone to come in, and this is a big miss. So Dwarven team is going to be down to 10 players, and the Bretonnian team did have 2 in spare linemen to come in, so he's going to be okay with the numbers, and so does have a chance. So the coach needs to play some defense, gets his guys back there. The Dwarven team got the shorter legs, and so it's going to put him way back here, ceding a lot of space to the Bretonnian team. You know, I kind of don't like this in a way. I kind of would rather a midfield placement instead of a deep placement like this, because now the Bretonnian team, he can just go up there and then just take up residence right around here. And then in the next bit, you got so many guys to stop. It will make it a little bit more difficult. And if there's a riot, then just ceding way too much space, I feel. But brilliant coaching will give more rerolls, but not like they need it. It's going to be pretty much the end of the half, and the Bretonnian team immediately is going to take up residence. As I said, right there in the midfield. I just don't like this too much. Just way in the back there. I know it's a bit of a personal choice, and it's not like it's going to lose on the game, but to me, it just feels like it gives up way too much field. Already the first 3 guys here in the line of scrimmage are going to get beat up, pushed around, and so you can't really count on the front 3 guys to stay up, right? And so you're kind of giving up a lot of space. But it looks like the 2 Dwarven team guys, they're just like, whatever, VG, we'll stand up. And there we go. That's my bad Dwarven impression. And here we go. He's going to get that hit off, but unfortunately not going to take him down. Dwarves here with that dodge ability will be able to dodge that. Defender stumbles, and they're going to be okay. But like I said, lots of space here. Lots of space. Dwarves not just for lazy coaches anymore. They also hate anything involving dealing with the ball. You're right about that. Dwarves, they may have found Blood Bowl, but well, actually, I don't know. Let's say the Orc team probably found him, right? But Dwarves are the one that just like said, "Hey, let's play some Blood Bowl, guys." All right, well, Bretonnian team, he's running out of time, so he's just like, "F it, I'm just gonna run up there with my knight and get in the best position I possibly can." But there's no cage for him or anything like that, so and kind of too bad right there. Now Dwarf team's gonna have to play defense. Like I said, look, you can't count on the front 3 guys, and so he's gonna have to play defense with the back 7. Luckily, it does have a small opening here, and he's gonna go and blitz down the lineman. We'll get the armor value break. Just gonna be a stun right here. So after that nice big blitz, we'll be able to place the Troll Slayer squarely on top of the ball carrier, as well as a whole bunch of other guys. Does have a few guard pieces, and so should be able to stick him on in melee range. There we go. And then maybe we'll stifle up the Bretonnian team, but heck, this is going to be whatever time. Let's just go for it. Lineman, though, this lineman here for the Bretonnian team does have 2 agility, so not a likely ball carrier or catcher even, but Dwarf team not going to take any chances. Going to stick the +1 in strength. Runner straight on top of him, but I believe at this point the Bretonnian team has enough to kind of defend against this and then bust open a big old hole down the center. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken here, does have that guard Longbeard right there, so it's going to make it a little bit uncomfortable, but I believe after the blitz, should be able to free him up afterwards if he's going to get these guys down at least. There we go. Oh boy, big hits here. Needed to get these guys down pretty much, and now we should see a blitz here. Oh boy, 2-die block there, and he's got guard for himself, so 2-die block, gonna get yet another down die. Hell, defender stumbles to boot, and now more 2-die blocks, and there we go. We should be able to get him down. Wrestle is gonna be the call, just needs to get him down. Here comes the blitz, gonna open up the space. 1-die block, ooh, he's gonna have to re-roll that, just needs to push him out the way. There we go, and it's gonna be a down dice, might as well KO, and a huge opening is gonna be paved for the ball carrier. Oh yes, and here comes the go for it roll. He's gonna miss out, and that is it. Touchdown's gonna get robbed. Oh my gosh, injury to boot. Holy crap. Oh boy, and luckily he's got another apothecary, but the apothecary is gonna be a niggling injury, and oh, big time misses. Nuffle, you shrewd boy. You shrewd boy. Oh, big one there. The touchdown should have just been there for the Bretonnian team. Cyberknight not only gets robbed, but gets a niggling injury on a big piece. The Knights. Oh my gosh, and with that, Bretonnian team is going to have to play offense with 3 Knights now, and then if it does somehow go into overtime, then this could be a little bit more difficult. And boy, the apothecary, he did have a wandering apothecary earlier and spent it early on the KO and then had a second one. And this is the reason why you had 2 apothecaries to save the knights if need be. But ouch, Leonard Gentle Punch going to be paying the price. KO rolls, it's going to be a failure, and so that's going to be great for the Bretonnian team. Dwarven team, as I said, nobody coming from the bench, and so he's going to be down 2 guys here on defense. So it's going to be 9 on 11 of the Bretonnian team. The Bretonnian team did have 2 guys come in, and oh my gosh, very sunny, and that's really bad for both sides. But I think actually more on the Dwarven team. Oh man, he doesn't have too many guys to come in, and this could be quite disastrous. Here we go though. That doesn't take into effect into after we play, after he scores. So we'll see. Oh man. The other inducements. I know it was a Wandering Apothecary, but I don't think there was anything else here. I thought there was maybe a Blowwiser Babe for the Bretonnian team, and so I know they were down. I thought the wizard was going to have for this match, so he might have had another Blowwiser Babe. He did buy the Wandering Apothecary, and he's down almost 200 TV. So most definitely, he probably had a Wandering Apothecary and a Blowwiser Babe. Oh man, Bretonnian team though, this is going to be his offensive possession, and boy, after getting robbed from the first half, we're going to see this Bretonnian team try to do something, but Dwarven team just going to be down to 9 players, and at this point the strategy might be for the Bretonnian team, hey, let's just score it and maybe capitalize on the fact that there's less dwarves on the pitch. It is 11 on 9 at this moment, and there we go. Piling on is going to produce yet another injury here. Blitzer's going to go down. Huge one. Chris, the blocker, gonna get that big injury, and it's gonna reduce the Dwarven team down yet another little bit. And here comes a foul, sensing that he needs to make something happen. Dwarven team is getting smashed. What in the world? And there we go, gonna get that stun. Bunch of assists here for that foul, and the Dwarven team, they're getting up, and they look a little bit angry, guys. Oh man. Oh yes, big bloody game, but not in the way that I had envisioned, because look, 2 guys down for the Dwarf team as well as the Bretonnian team, and there on the value 7 is going to go down. Bunch more stuns here, and the Bretonnian team doesn't have any more apothecaries, so he is susceptible to any attacks by the Dwarven team. This is the coach playing it pretty strong though, playing it pretty solid, but how can you hold the position with just 8 dwarves? It's going to be very difficult against a bit of a faster team in the Bretonnian team, so ooh, could be difficult. Hey, how you doing, Silveria? Oh man, Dwarven team, they're in a bit of trouble, I have to say. The Bretonnian team should be able to capitalize, and truthfully, if it wasn't a very sunny on this possession, then I would almost say that if the Bretonnian team scores early, that might actually be a really good strategy, because then he'd be up in numbers, and he should be able to stifle up the Dwarven's possession again, and then be able to get the ball back and possibly score before overtime period even happens. But with this very sunny, everybody has to roll a... Oh, I'm sorry. Oh gosh, I was thinking about a blinding... Sorry. Oh gosh. Oh, anyways. But the blinding sun there would have been nice. Oh boy, I mistook, guys. I mistook. Well, yeah, blinding sun is only for passing rolls, so boy. Alright, so now Dwarven team though still in good position. But hey, you know what? Now that it isn't blinding sun, that means that, hey, Bretonnian team could probably score it, and it might be okay. Oh yeah, sweltering heat. Oh gosh. Oh man. Sweltering heat. That's what I mean. But it's not sweltering heat, and so, oh man, that changes up everything. Bretonnian team, he could score it and have a huge numbers advantage going in, and might be able to win it by scoring it pretty quickly here. You're a Bretonnian fan? Oh yeah, teal Bretonnians. They look pretty good. I love them. They're beautiful. And oh, well, that one's going to get KO'd there for his troubles. And they may be beautiful, but he's going to be beautiful in the sideline getting hurt. So now the question is, Bretonnian team, is he thinking about scoring us? This is going to be a good question here for the Bretonnian team because he's still up in numbers, and I do believe he does have a Blowizer babe, so KO's not going to be too much of a trouble here. And there's the defender down die. See if he's going to be able to get some more armor value breaks. Yeah, you're right about that, Sergeant IT. No, I'm going to make some mistakes. I'll freely admit that. I always make mistakes here and there, small things, and I just thought this was sweltering heat for some odd reason. I need to read more, right? Read more. But yes, it is just a very sunny, and that's not going to come into play really at all. Death injury there on Thorsten, and armor value 8. Troll Slayer is going to go down. Apothecary is going to be used for him, and that's going to work out just fine. But holy crap, that's a big one. And the Troll Slayer was holding up this left side basically all by himself, except for this runner right there, I guess, with the +1 his strength. But now the Bretonnian team, he's looking really good at this point. Big death injury, and heck, if the Dwarven team continues on, oh man, he can look back on the stand and say, Bretonnian team's really mucked me up. Oh man. Big hit, fend, and armor value 7. Finally, it's going to go down. No, it's going to be continuing stun. Dwarven team's just getting lots of stuns, not enough on the injuries, I'd say. Dwarves are getting a little bit desperate at this point. Here comes a 4+ on the dodge, and not gonna get it after the reroll. And oh man, Dwarven team sensing that he needs to go with a little bit more urgency, trying something here. And this Bretonnian team, he's in the driver's seat, and honestly, I don't see any fault in him scoring at this point. Pro reroll, how good is Pro, guys? That darn good. Yeah, well, I mean, Sid was on top of the league for so long, but the thing about it is that Dwarven teams, they can win out of the gate pretty quickly, and so can get a good record a little bit more easier because of all the skills and things to start off with. Isn't that right, Scum? There we go. Bretonnian team. He definitely has the right to win. And honestly, again, if he scores it, I mean, I can't blame him. This is definitely the time to do it. He says, yes, VG, I hear ya. This might be the replay, but he hears me saying it. Praiser of Sun. Cyberknight's gonna take the touchdown, and he should be able to hold serve against the very dangerous Dwarven team, and he should be able to get a big numbers advantage going in. Remember, Bretonnian team does have a couple of guys to come in from the roster, and oh boy, but unfortunately his KO personnel does not come back. There we go. 3+ for Frederick, and he doesn't come back, so he does have a Blowizer babe. And Sven doesn't come back for them. Actually, the Blowizer babe is on the Dwarf side, so okay. Well then, I guess the Bretonnian team does not have a Blowizer babe, and it is the Dwarf team with the Blowizer babe. Look at that. Praise the sun. Wow. Looking good, and he scored it. Throw rock, and Urin is going to go down. Going to get the stun, and that's okay. But wow, that's going to be one less guy here that the Dwarf team can use here on this offensive possession. Once it's scored in 5, and this Dwarf team now will have to begin. He's going to be down one person here, so it's going to be, what is it? It is going to be 9 on 10 Bretonnians. The Dwarven team, he's just down 1. That's not too bad. It's not great odds, but still. Praise the sun, murder of dwarfs? Yeah, whatever. Whatever works, yeah. Definitely. Here comes the blitz here on the left side. It's going to open up some space as well as maybe get some hits on some armor value 7. But holy crap, looking really good. Armor value 7, greater than armor value 9, am I right? Sure hands pick up. Going to get that nice free reroll on there. Going to move the ball up. and square away anything that the Bretonnian team might be able to throw at him. Have a stun there up front. And this Bretonnian team gonna have to do something here. Cannot allow the Dwarven team to score. And so might have to play a little bit aggressively. If not, just needs to put up a big wall in front of the Dwarven cage. If any time is to strike, this would be now. And there we go. It's going to be opening a small hole here. And might actually be able to capitalize here. He's going to pick the guard knight right up front. And might actually be able to get a blitz over the top, I think. No, actually, I don't know. Did he use his blitz yet? No, he didn't. Uh-oh. Here comes the blitz. Yes, he's going to dodge away right there. He's going to get that dodge. He's going to get the 2-die block. Defender stumbles, and there we go. Push him away from everybody else. Dwarf is going to go down. Great scatter. And the Dwarven team is looking like it's time. Here comes the missed dodge there. Reroll, team reroll. He's going to get it. Going to move the guy up. Knight, will he go and get the ball? No, he's not going to mark it up. But that's going to be enough to mark this runner at least. Should be able to get yet another knight up there. And we'll be able to square it away. He's not going to do any GFIs or anything like that. Dwarven teams in all kinds of big doo-doo. Oh, man. And you talk about Bretonnian teams. They're no longer the weaker team. I'll tell you that much. Looking really good now. Dwarves are forced to do 1-die blocks. And here comes a wrestle here. And there comes the blitz coming up. 2-die block. Gonna try to get down this knight right there. Sidestep. He's gonna move into a little bit better position. He's gonna be a big stun here, and that's gonna be nice. And we'll be able to mark it up with 2 dwarves. And so, if anything, the Bretonnian team might actually been effective to slow down this Dwarven team. But boy, the ball is on the ground, and you know if you're playing the Bretonnian team, your eyes are just like, oh, I want that ball. And honestly, you definitely need to try to win it if you can in regulation. You don't want to get into overtime because you don't want to end up being a coin flip situation and then the Dwarven team getting the ball back and then grinding you down yet again. Bretonnian team has the opportunity to win and might be able to capitalize at this point, but we'll see here. Here comes the blitz. 2-die block. Gonna get some skulls there. Gonna use the last of his rerolls. He's down to nothing. Here comes the big hit. The ball's going to fly out. It's going to get the scatter into the hands of the other knight, but unfortunately he's going to be all touching everybody here. Dwarves should be able to recover after this, but how much? Uh-oh. We'll see here. Dwarven team needs something. Let's take away the stats here because there's a little bit blocking my way. And what will the Dwarf team do at this point? Neither of these guys actually come with guard, and so he's not going to be able to get a easy 2-die block. Oh, there we go. He's going to go and get this guy down there. So push here is all he really needs. And that now he should get the 2-die block coming up. Actually, yeah, he's got the guard. No guard there. So 2-die block. No, he's going to get the 1-die block here. Oh, I couldn't get the 2-die block anyways because this guy doesn't have guard either. So, okay. Well, he gets the 1-die block anyways. Defender down die. And won't that be a big thing right there? Ball lands in a good spot here for either side. And gonna be missing the dodge. 4+ dodge. Trying to get this runner over there. And back-to-back ones, but it could have been back-to-back 3s. It doesn't matter. And the Bretonnian team, he should be able to recover after hitting this guy down, hitting this guy down. Should be able to get his guys on the ball. And 2 more turns left to play, and this is not looking good for this Dwarven team. Here comes the big blitz there. They're going to free up another guy here with that blitz here, and they should be able to get to that ball with great ease after getting a little bit of a markup. Always want to think ball security. There you go. He's going to get it right there. And another lineman's going to mark it up yet again and hopefully get this pick up. Oh, and he does. And this Dwarven team, that is GG, see you later. And holy crap, somehow, some way, the Bretonnian team prevails against this Dwarven team. Only a miracle, and a miracle can save this Dwarven team. I don't think anybody's in range. Nope, I don't think so at all. And so that will be it. Brits are going to take it. We're going to see more teal Bretonnians in the later going in the Champions Cup. And my prediction, my friends, have been rock solid. Diving tackle on the Bretonnian team. And trying to dodge away, but -2 because of the diving tackle. And that is it. Touchdown for the Praiser of Sun. The coach just has one more round to beat up on Bretonnians. Maybe get it right. It's not over yet, guys. I have seen crazier things, but Charles the Brute is gonna get that touchdown. Oh boy. You know, I hate playing against Bretonnian teams. They're just so uncomfortable to play against. And honestly, I never quite feel like, oh, I'm winning when I'm playing against a Bretonnian team. They can just do so much. Their linemen, they get dirty player, and then now they're following you, and then they get these blockers and guard and wrestle, and they got knights now with agility access. It's just they're just running amok in the backfield, catching the ball, running with it. It's just, how are you gonna stop these guys? It's so difficult. And then they got Finn, and after you hit them and you don't get the injury, you're just stuck where you're at, and kind of messes with your positioning and overall play. Here it comes. It's gonna be a right. I think at this point a right and a right only will pretty much save the Dwarf team. And oh, riot! It's gonna be the call, and yes, will mean the Dwarf team will have a extra turn to maybe get a 2-turner, and it is big time possible now. This is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. And big injuries in the front line, and Cyberknight is like, what the hell is going on? Nuffle has provided us with yet more of a big show. Looks like no handoff, but at this point, 2-turn touchdown. He doesn't necessarily have to do it. Let's go ahead and get the skills right back up for this guy. He wants to keep it on this man there for the time being. And gonna get his guys up there and then pave the way for this Dwarf team to try to get a 2-turner. Coming up. Here we go. He's gonna place his guys in the right side and should place a couple of guys on the left side, and ooh, go for a roll failed. And luckily though, he does still have a reroll, but now he doesn't have a reroll for the desperation pass at the end of the half. Oh no. I don't like how he's positioning there. I mean, this is so easy to kind of surround, and he's doing go for rolls, and I guess do the go for rolls now, right? But still, he wanted to cage up the other runner so that he can get it to him, and then maybe make the touchdown. But now this Bretonnian team should be able to get the blitz down. Should be able to at least put the runner down on his back. If not, maybe the blitzer. They're both in range for this touchdown. And the Bretonnian team, though, he's going to go put some guys here in the front line. And then he should get the blitz off on one of these two guys. Probably going to be the blitzer. We'll see, though. And now he needs to... now the Dwarf team needs to get lucky. Yes, base all men's, or dwarves in this case, yeah? Here comes the blitz. Defender down. That's beautiful. That's one less to worry about right here. He's going to put up a big old 2-person net right in front of the runner, and it's going to make it all 9 but impossible here. He's going to make some crazy dodges to get on through. That's going to be what, 4 plus 4? No, it's going to be a 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus dodge. Good luck. Well, he's gonna blitz this guy, right? So it'll only be a 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus coming up right here. So should get the blitz off on this one of these guys, and then try to dodge around the right side. Crazier things has happened, but the chances of that happening, you got to get everything. No rerolls to boot, and oh. And there goes the missed dodge, and everything is down. Lineman is going to be touching the ball carrier, making it quite uncomfortable, and that is that. But boy, Nuffle almost provided a entertaining finish for this runner, for this Dwarven team, and that is it. Cyberknight's going to go through. Praiser of Sun Teal Bretonnians, and they're going to get that win 2-1. 11 armor value breaks to 17 of the Dwarf team. It felt like the Bretonnian team had broken the armor so many times in the Dwarf team, but actually it was the Dwarf team getting more armor value breaks. But the biggest thing is that whenever the Bretonnian team did break armor, it caused a big old injury. 3 injuries inflicted, whereas the Dwarf team only 1 big injuries, 3 KOs for the Dwarf team. And honestly, the Dwarf team being down, what, 2 guys for, what, since the second half had pretty much predicated the loss for this Dwarf team, I'd say. The lack of numbers and the lack of positional defensive play for this Dwarf team costed the victory, I'd say. Bretonnian team, who's going to be a little bit faster, and with the access to agility and getting dodged for his knights, was the biggest difference, I'd say. Although, I think the Dwarf team did have tackle for everybody, so I think that was a non-factor, but still. As you can see there on the SVP, I mean, just 1 injury, and that's it. So, look at that. As you can see, Bretonnian team is going to go on. So, we're going to mark that up. So, my predictions, guys, looking good. Praise their son. 2-1. Look at that. Who voted against me, huh? Praise their son. You're going to get the victory, and he will go on to meet up and play against the winner between the Nurgle team, will pay for hugs, and Rockin' Reroll, the human team. Both coaches pretty solid, and both of them looking pretty threatening. Although I did like the Nurgle team to win that game, but it is not completely too bad for this human team. More Blood Bowl action to come. Guys, as soon as I get them, unfortunately, I will be going on holiday over the weekend, and so I won't get any more games out after tomorrow. So, I'm sorry, guys. You won't see me this weekend, but I will make up for it on Monday, Tuesday when I am going to get in. Season 5 is already finished. That's right, Kismaki. Norse Bretonnian finale. All nice on ice versus Praise Their Son. You're going to call that? I don't know about that. I don't know. In fact, last season, I almost felt like it was going to be Anarian versus Moldrips or Skaven team all the way. There was almost no doubt in my mind. But this season, I really don't have a real clue of who's going to win. Except for perhaps VGP's Batman from Jimmy Fantastic's Dark Elf team. I mean, I think he's going to win it, right? I think he's got the W, guys. I don't know what you guys are talking about. He's winning. I mean, with a name like that, he's gonna go all the way. But we'll see. Jimmy Fantastic does play on Wednesday, and let's see who else is playing on when, where. And it looks like the Lizardman team of Colian XXX is going to be playing on Saturday. Yep. So Zalash and the Lizardman team, what's that? This one here, they're playing on Saturday. And then Ducky and Bang Bang, they're also playing on Saturday, late evening. So here we go. They're playing really late, boy. Hell, I can cast that in the middle of the night. And then, let's see here. Actually, no, they're playing at 2200 GMT, so that's like, what's that for me? That's like 5 o'clock, so I'll be actually around. Too bad I'll be not here, so I won't actually be able to do it live. That's gonna be too bad. You're not gonna go against Duck? Well, you know, which Duck are we gonna see? Are we gonna see Season 1, Season 2 Ducky? Or are we gonna see a Season 3 Ducky? That's my question. Or is it a Season 4 Ducky? No, Season 4 Ducky. Season 3, he did well as well, but no sure hands. That's what killed him. But Season 4, it was just like a different man. Wasn't it? Some epic salt. There's not going to be any salt. With a name like that, he's got it, guys. Well, that will be it. Hey, thanks for joining me, guys. If you haven't already, hit that follow button. Definitely would appreciate you and love you for it. More on the love than the appreciation, though, eh? But yes, you can also check me out on YouTube as well. All of the Champions Cup playoffs gonna be there as well. If you guys miss me, I won't always be able to do it this early for you guys to try to catch you before you sleep. Get some energy in you. Seeing a roasted duck? No, scum. Ducky's great. He's a great player. He's quite possibly the best technical player I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, wow. It just seems like he thinks of everything that your team could do, and he gets ready for it, and he either counters it or he prepares for it. It's just, what do you do to this kind of madness? I don't know. So yeah, we'll see. Let's see here. When else are they gonna play? I don't see any other schedules. So 2 games on Saturday. These guys playing on Saturday, and then Jimmy's playing here on Wednesday at 1500 GMT. So thanks a lot for joining me again, guys. Hopefully more to come tomorrow, and I'll see you guys next time. Sleeps for wimps, you got that.